Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Hello, lovelies. Happy Monday. Are you ready to think about some new habits today? You want to talk about it? Well, come on in. We got some work to do. Oh my goodness. Happy Monday. It is Motivational Monday. On Motivational Monday, we're setting up our week. And especially if you are a sprinter. We've got some good stuff for you today. Thanks so much for joining me. Come on in. You are watching the Daily Dish Show. We put vibrancy back into your everyday life. Heart, mind, body, and soul. That's how we roll. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Denise. Come on in. So glad to see you all. We are having a great day already in the neighborhood. Hi, Jackie. It's a little chilly today, but you know what? I'm doing it anyway. Feeling good. Hi, Lizzie. Good to see you. Come on in, y'all. Jennifer's checking in. She's ready to go. Let's do it. Martha is here too. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We are going to crush the sprint because it's all about habit. Hello, Debbie. I see Amber and Sandy. Come on in. You guys are doing great. Are you ready for this week? I am so ready for the week. I was just in the sprint, just for a minute in the sprint group just before I got on, and I saw Sarah hiding all her stuff. I just thought it was funny. Joanne, Bev, good to see you. Yeah, she's hiding all of her stuff. She's hiding all the temptation stuff, you know? Get it out of sight, out of mind. As a matter of fact, I have a strong suggestion. If you find that there are certain things in your house that are causing you to trip and fall, maybe just put it in a box and seal it up with some packing tape. Listen, I'm telling you why I'm telling you this, because I've been packing all weekend. You knew that, right? Hi, Veronica. Susan's here. Gosh, it's good to see you, Susan. Susan's our volunteer fire captain woman in Northern California. She did a tremendous job during this whole thing. Come on, this whole thing. So anyway, we love our Susan. We love all of our volunteers. We love all of our frontline responders. We do that. Mark does this too. You love my talk. See, I knew I'd get some compliments on this. You guys, I'm telling you, sign up for Old Navy. Sign up for Old Navy's deals. I got this for 50% off. Isn't it so cute? So it was like, $12. I mean, Old Navy's not expensive anyway, but man, I'm feeling just really kind of groovy. So thanks for that. By the way, these little Pinkies Up cup, pretty much gone. So we have new cups on the way. They will be here this week. I hope there's no gap. But trust me, if you order, you're going to be able to buy these soon enough. But right now they're rewards for people who trust us with their supplements and order our supplements. We give you that for if you do a $200 order, we just throw it into your little box and say thanks. If you do a $100 order, you can order it for $5. How do you like that? Good job. Anyway, so this is the baby poop green color, and now we have a yellow one coming, and I think that's kind of appropriate for those of you who are changing diapers. You understand exactly what I'm saying. Why does it always degenerate down to this? Who knows? You know right now that we have decaf in the store, right? I have had so many people thanking me for this. Decaf is the way to go. Veronica says she loves her mug and she loves her supplements too. Well, Veronica, we're here to support you. And I just want you to know too, when you order from us, we give you a little supplement fold out that shows you exactly how to take this stuff so you understand how to set yourself up for success. We believe that supplements should supplement already healthy lifestyle, the one that you're already trying to lead, the one that you're creating for yourself. This is what puts vibrancy back onto the table. And you know what? Beauty Support is our new supplement of the week, because we had such a crush of it when we were doing all of our, when we had our big Black Friday sale. We sold out, and then we got a ton back in. So, you know, you throw 4 in the cart, we'll discount it so that you'll get that 4th one free, and you'll get free shipping. Just go to savingdinner.com/show. That's where you see the supplement of the week. I'm telling you, take advantage of this great sale. It happens a couple of times a year. Today, it's just happening a little bit sooner than normal, just simply because we got a ton in. It is the most that we have right now. Take advantage of this sale. savingdinner.com/show. Alrighty, so today we are starting on the sprint. I'm already at, I think, 18 hours. I'm at 18 hours. I haven't broken my fast, even with hot milk mix. I left it downstairs. So, you know, it'll be after that. It's probably going to get more to 19 hours. Do it, do it, do it. You know what? It's not about a contest, so to see how starving you can be. It's about understanding that you can correct your hunger hormones. These are the hormones that tell you that you're hungry, and help you get some control back. This is amazing. If you can get your hunger hormones trained and back in your court, doing your work, doing your bidding, and not leading the show, oh man, let me just tell you, life suddenly becomes wonderful. It does. It does. You feel like you're in control. And let me ask you a question. Anyone? When you feel like you're in control, do you feel like you can conquer anything? I sure do. Being in control is just, it's a good thing. You know, now we don't have to be ridiculous about it, but being in control of what we're eating, how much we're eating, when we're eating, it's all about getting your hunger hormones corrected. That's what this does. So we're excited about that. What else do I have to tell you? Gift certificates are are sitting there in the shop right now for you. They're adorable. You can choose anyone that you want, any denomination that you want, and you can gift our supplements or dinner answers program or whatever you want to anyone you want. Go to savingdinner.com/gift and choose it. And I'll give you a hint. Do it on cardstock and print it out all in color. I'm telling you, it's so cute. You're gonna love it. So if you don't have your sprint stuff and you want to join us today, we want you on board with us. This is a habit. We're going to be talking today about everything just all comes down to habit, and having a sprint once a month is a good habit. 7 days of giving it your all, and it will completely change your life. Ask Joanne, ask Sarah, ask Lynn. There's a bunch of people here that I'm seeing that I have watched just completely change everything. So why not, man? Let's do it. So that's what you want to do, right? You want to change all those things? I know I do. All right. Here is our quote of the week. If you do the bare minimum, expect bare minimum results. You want to be great? Work to be great. Nothing just happens. Funny, we reap what we sow. Where did you hear that wisdom before? Where did you hear that wisdom before? This is the truth. So who wants to get great results this week? You're going to put in a great effort. That's a promise. Put in a great effort. And if you want to go this is really easy. You want to pick up the sprint, go to savingdinner.com/sprint. And the reason I'm telling you that, it will take you to see how to crush the sprint. It's about a 25, 30-minute presentation. You don't even have to watch it. But I suggest that you do, because it'll give you a lot of information, help you feel good about what you're doing, and all the downloads are there. Every single thing that you will need to get it done, plus an invitation to our community where you're going to meet some of the best women. They all show up here, by the way. Yeah, great women. So what else do we have to tell you? I think I told you everything. Don't forget about our Q&A on Friday. Send your questions into support@savingdinner.com and question for Leanne on Friday. That goes right in the subject line, and I'll take care of everything for you. So we're talking today about Motivational Monday. This is Motivational Monday. We start with something that we can hinge our entire week on, right? Because if we're going to take vibrancy back into our lives, we need a starting place. And I think nothing is better than a nice, fresh Monday. Mondays are amazing. if you allow them to be. I know I see all the memes out there. Oh, it's Monday, gloomy Gus, blah, blah, blah. No. Say no to that. That's insanity. That is insanity. You know what Monday is? It's an opportunity to start fresh for the week. It's an opportunity to set yourself up. That's what I like. That's what I like. You know what? It is the best thing ever. And you know what? You can make your Mondays absolutely the shining star of your entire week if you choose to. I forgot about that. Save the date, January 2nd, all day. What we're doing is we're going to take you through a detox. We're going to take you, and believe me, this is everything. We're hitting all the places. Look, if we're putting vibrancy back into your life, heart, mind, body, and soul, that's what the workshop is about, all day Saturday. It's going to be something, I just want you to mark your calendar. Details will be coming by later on this week. I'm working on the page so that you understand the outline of how it works. I can't even wait for this whole thing. We're going to be in our new house by then too. So today, if we're going to get back to what's going to motivate us, this is the day that's going to take you through the week. This is the day that's going to help set you up for your success. Just that simple. And it all comes down to habit formation, and we get stuck in what we think our habit formation should be. We overload it, we make it too hard or whatever. And I was thinking about this when I was, preparing for today. I was thinking about how in my mind growing up, my idea of habits were only the negative ones, because I watched both of my parents smoke, and it ended up putting my mother in her grave, unfortunately. I watched that. I watched bad habits. I saw that. That to me was a habit. To flip it and have habits become something good and to give you something back in return that's not negative, what a concept, right? That's what we're talking about today. Habit formation. How do we declare new habits? How do we make them a part of our lives? How do we create them in such a way that they don't just end up on paper and then, be forgotten about later? Because that's a real thing. That's a real sticking place. Well, there's a lot of different things that help to lead us. And these are things that I have talked about separately in a lot of different broadcasts. But I'm going to put them all together today for you. And what I'm going to be talking about today is also going to be your alignment assignment. So if you write this stuff down, fabulous. If you don't and you want to get show notes, do not forget that you can get our show notes simply by subscribing to our newsletter. It's free. We send it out once a day, and you get today's show notes in tomorrow's newsletter. Go to saveydinner.com and you'll get a little annoying pop-up. But guess what? You'll also get the show notes for today, for tomorrow. And these show notes are going to be good ones because it's going to make you think. I love stuff that makes me think. When I'm thinking and when I'm applying, I'm getting something back in return. But when I think and it just flies out the door and I don't do anything about it, it's just another thought. And that's what I want to do, is get rid of just another thought and get you into the place of actually doing. Because that's the thing that changes your life. Consistently actually doing makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it? So we have to stop just writing them down and forgetting. And we also have to stop this idea that we need to plan them all out. If we plan them all out and we make it all this, that, and the other thing, it's just going to be perfection. And I think that's where we get hung up a lot, because it's not about perfect, always about excellent. Perfect paralyzes. Excellence encourages us. So when we decide that we're going to sit down, it's going to be this, and I'm going to do that, and I've got this, and blah, 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 and we write these things down to the letter and in the detail, we get lost in the weeds. I promise you we get lost in the weeds. Very few people that I know that are able to completely do that. But here's the thing. If we understand there's 6 things I'm going to take you through that are going to help you create actionable habits that you can take to the bank, that you can take into and add into your life and make it work. One thing that I'm going to say right on the top of all of this is just be a little bit careful with it and don't put too many habits in one place. We need our base habits first. That's how we create those routines in the morning and at night. And even in the middle of the afternoon, if you follow Fly Lady, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And baby steps really are, what are baby steps? But habits, they are. However, what I'm going to do is get into the mechanics of the whole thing and how we can trigger our brains and get our brains into the place of obedience. Because we have a fight going on inside, don't we? I mean, it's like, it'll drag it out, man. It'll make you exhausted because there is such a thing as mental fatigue. You've heard it before. Our brains pretty much take up most of the glucose that we put in our bodies so that we can think, so we can do things, so we can use this prefrontal cortex as the marvelous abstract thinker that it is. But this is where we start to duke it out right here. And right in the front, we start duking it out. We're like, maybe not, maybe we don't, maybe we can, maybe we can't. Come on. That's not the way it works. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on, and also I'm going to want to relate it to what your brain wants to do. Because you know about the fear center in your brain, that's the amygdala. It likes to keep things the same. When it keeps things the same, it keeps you safe, or so it thinks, rather than helping you change the things you want to change. So we have to fight the amygdala, go right to the prefrontal cortex, and duke it out. You ready? This is how we do it. The first thing we have to do is there needs to be a trigger event. Now, triggers can be something like somebody says something to you, somebody, or you have a habit already in place that you piggyback onto something else. It could be a noise. Your alarm clock is a good one. What is that a trigger for? Get up, let's get going, get in the shower, it's time to go to work, right? Or it can be an emotion, right? Somebody says something to you and what happens? That's a trigger. Triggers can be bad, triggers can be good. And what we want to do is put the right ones in place. One of the things that we have, and I've worked with, as you can imagine, thousands of women in the 25 plus years that I've been a nutritionist, one of the things that I have done with my women who have a real problem, the coaching clients that I have that have a problem with like shutting down the kitchen after dinner and just want to go in there and just rattle around in the cupboards and look for something new to eat, it's kitchen's closed. That's a trigger to say to yourself, that's enough. We're going to get off of this habit of snacking at night and start a new habit of not doing it. Trigger, okay? So that's what a trigger is. We need a trigger to start this whole thing off, and that's what triggers do. Number 2 is a sequence of events, right? There's a sequence of events when it comes to setting up and taking action on a new habit. The first one is that you need your trigger. You need something that's going to say, now is the time. I've also shared this before that when I get in the morning and do my whole morning routine and get the coffee going and undo the dishwasher, when the dishwasher is done and the coffee is done brewing, I need to reward myself by doing a 4-minute workout first. That's a trigger. It's also a piggyback of a habit, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But triggers and piggybacks can work together because it makes you say, aha, you don't have to look down at a paper. You don't need a 3x5 card to say, don't forget to do this. You just automatically remember. This is what we like. This is what our brain likes. It likes things that are automatic and simple. The other thing is that there's a feeling attached to it. It's just like, oh yeah, that means I need to go do this right now. And that's when your amygdala kind of jumps in and says, okay, how do I muck this up for you, right? I don't want to do this. This isn't what we usually do. We usually go sit on the couch and drink our coffee and watch CNN and make ourselves crazy. Well, no. How about instead we do something else? We have an emotion attached to it, which again is going to also be number 6 is tied to the emotion, which is ID. But we'll talk about this. I want you to see how this all works together. And after we get that, we have that emotion and we see that there's a need that needs to go along with it. There's an action to that's attached to it. So if your alarm goes off, for example, that means you have a need. You know, I've got to get up, I've got to go to work, or I've got to go work out, or I've got to take the kids to school, or whatever it is. There is something attached to that alarm. There's your need. And the emotion is, I don't want to get up, but you have to. You know that you have to. And then you go to the next thing, which is you do get up, right? You do get up and you pop into the shower and you put on your workout clothes, whatever it is that you do. It's an action that you're taking. And then there's the reward. And remember, we talk about the pain. There's two pains to choose. There's the pain of putting it off and then really having regrets later, or there's the momentary pain of making that choice to execute on the action. And that's what we're talking about here. You get a reward every time you do the action. You get a reward. You might not like it at the time, but you get a reward on the back end of it. And that takes you through with confidence. It makes you feel good about what you've done. And it triggers, yes, triggers consistency. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Consistency in our habits are the thing that pushes all the way through. Lucy said she read a book called Tiny Habits. Yes, I know the guy who wrote the book, as a matter of fact. He's brilliant. And it is a really, really good book. I mean, just, put on one shoe kind of a thing. The whole idea is to get your brain to go along with you, because that's where we fight. We fight continually with our brains. And when we don't have to fight anymore and we can get the sequence of events down, that's when we start to get things changing and into automatic pilot. And we start to calm our little amygdala down and just say, oh, it's okay, honey. It's going to be all right. This is the new thing. And number 3 is repetition, right? Repetition, shampoo, rinse, repeat. Yeah, that's how you get clean hair. This is also how you develop that new Oregon Trail in your head. We've talked about Oregon Trails before. This is that repeated trail that goes back and forth. As a matter of fact, the Oregon Trail, the real Oregon Trail, you can still see some of those ruts in the road, where in certain areas of the country where it was, because those wagon wheels hit it so many times. How many years later? 150 years later, we're still seeing those ruts. That's how our brains are. They love things like this. It's easy. It relieves your brain of mental fatigue and just puts you in there. So if we can create new, helpful Oregon Trails in our heads, shampoo, rinse, repeat, what are we going to do? That concerted effort is going to make a concerted, consistent habit for us. It works on almost automatic pilot. Once we get through the difficulty, once we get past the whatever it is that we need to get past in ourselves usually, but that's what it makes. So it's an awakening, really. It's going from being unconscious to being conscious. Think about the time when you learned how to drive a car. Do you remember that? I mean, you've got your hands at 10 and 2, you're looking, this is the mirror over here, this is the mirror here, and there's cars all around you, and you're thinking, I'm sorry, but I'm about to pee my pants because I'm driving in traffic and I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And you've got your instructor or your parents sitting next to you going, blah, 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 blah. That's how it is. And then a week, a month, 3 months later, no problem. You've got the music playing, you're drinking a coffee, all is well, opening up the sunroof, all is well in your world. It takes a minute. So that's exactly what it is when we're looking at that repetition. Repetition is one of the best things possible to help create that new Oregon Trail in your brain. And number 4 is ease. Make it easy, for heaven's sakes. Don't complicate it. Make it simple. And this is where we get to that place of piggybacking. And when you have something that is already a habit, underline that, please, already a habit, then you can go to the next place and create this new habit that now has a trigger, it has a sequence of events, it has repetition built into it, and it comes along beautifully. Added right in. It's sort of like deciding you're gonna, add a little bit of wine to that pound sauce and really, hit it up a notch. That's exactly what it is. So remember that you have to master first just some basic habits. Like I asked in our group, in the hot milk group, I said, so who here makes your bed every day? And do you know about 98% of you all said, I do every single day. Well, if you can make your bed every single day, you can do this every single month. If you can have that kind of a habit, you can attach something to that make your bed every day. Put on your exercise clothes, do 15 minutes, go do a 4-minute workout. Attach something to it. There you go. You've piggybacked it. You've made it easy. We can make it easy. We have a tendency to make things complex and too difficult to actually strike out and do. But You can do it when you make this decision to add it to something else. And number 5 is patience, my lovelies. Patience. Patience makes excellence every single time. I have never seen anywhere where patience was not a welcome thing. Now, not excuses, not having 1 million obstacles come up suddenly and there's just all these reasons why you can't do it and you feel the need to write me a 3-paragraph email telling me why you can't. Not that. I am talking about patience with yourself. So what if you can't do it the way the instructor is doing it on YouTube with 10-pound weights? Go to 5-pound weights. Do no weights, but start. And have patience with yourself. And think about how brilliant you are for just even doing this much, right? Doing this much, that's enough. It's enough. And it says to you, I'm worth this time. I'm worth loving myself this much to do just a little bit. Because just a little bit, just every single day, the patience with yourself to develop the strength that you want to make, that's what's going to make your pathway excellent. And that's going to make you feel really good about yourself. Don't compare yourself to the 20-something-year-old or the 30-something-year-old over here. If you're a 60-something-year-old and you haven't done anything for a while, so what? You know how to make your bed, right? You can add this on and you can start right where you are, patiently building that road to excellence. That's what you can do. And number 6, this is the thing that I think wraps this whole beautiful package up in a big, big bow. And that is identify yourself as such. I am an athlete. I am strong. I am fit. I'm thirsty. If you need to get to drinking water, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, if you remember. I am statements are absolutely brilliant for talking to your brain. We've got to retrain our brains. If we take our brains with us, we're going to get the things that we want. You know, the fight is going to be so much less. And these are all the things that you can do. These are 6 steps that you can put into your habit formation that'll make things work for you. There is no difficulty here. It's just a simple sequence of events, just like that. You need a trigger, number 1. You need a sequence of events, number 2. You need repetition to keep it going. You need ease of accomplishment. Make it simple. Attach it to something easy. You need patience to create this excellence for yourself. And number 6, you need to identify with the thing that you're trying to create. I am a sprinter. You know, I am fully capable of doing whatever it is that you need to do. I mean, think about it this way. You know, I mean, we'll go to just a real extreme. When people go into like Alcoholic Anonymous meetings, what do they say? Hi, my name is Leanne and I'm an alcoholic. They do that to identify themselves as such because this is something that they're wanting to train. Now, I have a couple of things that I think, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I wouldn't do, but on the other hand, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I do like about that. When we identify ourselves with what it is that we're trying to attain and create and be in our lives and start calling ourselves that, guess what? We start to get it. And our brains are looking for the evidence to support all of that, and you're going to find a plenty, I promise. So, pinkies up. Let's go sprint, ladies. We've got a whole week ahead of us, and we are going to crush it. We're going to watch Sarah get down to Wonderland. That's what she's going to be doing this whole week. What about you? Are you ready to crush it? Are you ready to form habits that are going to support the life that you want to lead? Are you ready to live the vibrant life that you want, that you see in your mind's eye? I hope so, because that's where we're going. We're shooting for the moon. We're not, none of this half-assery. We're going for full badassery, right? Peace be with you. Thanks for joining me today. Pinkies up.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.